under here, I have tons of storage. That's the benefit for me of having a cot. I know so many people just put the mattress on the floor, but I really want the storage. My mission is to show everyone that you can still camp and you can still have all the things that you have at home.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my next video. Today we're meeting Dione. Hi, Dione.
Hello.
Welcome to the channel.
Thank you so much for having me.
And you are just kind of starting out on your adventure.
Yes. I don't know what to consider myself. I'm not a van lifer. I'm not a part-timer, but I do go out at least once a month for a week or two at a time. So I don't know what that's considered.
I would consider that a part-timer.
Right. And I have an SUV at home, but when I go out, I tend to rent vehicles because my baby's on her last leg. So if I'm going anywhere less than 4 hours, I'll take her. But if not, I rent.
Right. And that works really well. So right. This is a rental minivan.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And you've been able to set it up really well to get comfortably.
This is my third rental temporary setup. So I feel like I'm almost an expert at it. So I arrived, my flight came into Phoenix about 11:30. I picked up the rental from Toro 12 noon, and I had everything by sundown, about 5 o'clock.
So you've got a really nice setup. Do you bring things with you?
Yes.
Okay.
I packed 2 suitcases, but you can only have 50 pounds,
right.
for each suitcase. So 100 pounds in total. So it wasn't a lot, but it was a lot of the smaller things that I could have carried. Yeah.
Right. And then, so you don't really have anything big, but do you buy things here?
Yes. And I make those 4 pit stops. Should I mention the store's names?
Sure.
I always stop at Dollar Tree, which is one of my favorite stores, and then Home Depot, and that's for my mattress. And I also stop at Walmart. That's like everything else. And then Dick's for my cot.
And when you're done, then what do you do with that then?
Well, it's unfortunate that the event is over, so I can't really donate. But I'm set up at a camp. And so there are other people there. One person wants to buy the refrigerator from me. One is asking for the mattress. So I guess I'll be just dispersing them, as I go.
Good. So you make sure it goes to people who can use it.
Yes, and if no one else, then I'll just give it to a thrift store.
Right, and someone good will use it.
Right, right.
Very nice. Yeah, nice. And so you are getting the best of both worlds.
Yes.
You have your home base, your community, everything that goes along with home base, and then you get out and see this beautiful country.
Right.
Well, can we take a look around? I think we're going to learn some really great ideas how to do that fly-in and camping once you get there.
Right. Don't forget glamping, not just camping. It's glamping. It's a whole different
Right. And for people who want to follow your adventures, tell us your social media.
It's Dion's Glamping Journey. And I say Journey because it has 2 Y's at the end.
Okay, let's take a look around.
Sure.
So tell us a little bit about your rental car.
So this is a Chrysler Town & Country, a 2013.
Okay, so tell us a little bit and it's Town & Country, so the floor went flat.
Right. It's a stow and tow, so the seats the back seats went under the carriage. I guess under the flooring. And so that worked perfectly. I didn't have to do any kind of modifications, and I have all this wonderful space.
Yeah, nice. And you do have a fridge, which is real good.
I have I got this fridge from Walmart for $99. I wasn't sure if it was going to work. I do have a bougie RV fridge at home with my other vehicle, but I thought I would take a chance on this. I'm not really good with the electrical stuff. I'm not sure. They couldn't even tell me. It doesn't say on the box how many watts it uses, but it's been working fine with my power station. If I'm fully charged, it stays on all day, all through the night. And then in the morning, I just recharge it again.
And this is your solar setup here.
Yes.
Of course, you can't modify the vehicle, so you have to set it outside.
Right. This is a Browey 600 watt power station. And
built-in panel.
Yeah, the built-in panel. And that's what attracted me to this, because I wanted to be able to charge up whether or not I can, have the whole setup with the solar panels out. So as long as I have this open, it doesn't bring in a lot. It's about 35 watts, somewhere around there. But it's better than nothing at all.
That sure is.
Yeah, so I can always have this out by itself. The panels are also Browey, but you can use them with other, I've used them with other panels, used it with other panels before. It's a total of 120 watts.
Between the two of them?
No, so
just
this is
that
120.
Wow,
and
that's
then
very
this
good.
is 35, so a little over 150 watts.
That's very good.
Yeah.
And so you own these and take them with you on your trips?
Yep. So I carry this in my luggage, and the panels in my luggage, and the power station I have to carry as a carry-on.
Just a really simple setup. You've got a cot, and you said you also buy a mattress.
Yes. This is a cot that I got for $70 at Dick's Sporting Goods. The mattress, what I do is I usually put it inside of a sleeping bag. So I buy 2 foam, I guess, I don't know what they call foam. They're not mattresses, actually. I bought them from Home Depot, and they're $25 a piece. And I just put them together, and I found that it works just really well. Also, for all of the glampers out there, everybody asks me, how do I keep my bed so tidy? And I want them to know that I have these sheet fasteners, and I just, the women will know what I'm talking about. And then you just, fasten it, and it makes sure that your bed stays tight. You know what I mean? So it keeps your sheets together. I also purchased this comforter from Walmart for $19. For me, I have a heated power battery operated blanket. And so I'm able to, it's actually not a blanket, it's a throw. So it has a hood so that while you're at the campsite, you can put it on.
Oh, how nice.
Right? And then you can also put it across your bed as a throw, or even across your legs at the campsite as a throw. And then every glamper has to have their mirror, because I have to put on my makeup in the morning.
Yes.
On my way in Phoenix, I decided to get some flowers because I thought, hey, I'm going to be in the desert. So I decided to get some flowers and my makeup. I got these 2, end table units from Walmart. They were $19 a piece. And I just had, this is like my junk drawer, things that I want to have access to inside here. And then my cleaning supplies and stuff like that. So, it's good because I like having like a nightstand to put, something on, so to put, whatever. And I just wanted to just share my little cup here. This is my 2 grandsons, my babies.
Yeah.
Nasir and Noah. So everybody asks me, why do you use glass? Well, that's what I use at home. So I want to use the same thing that I would use at home. I want the comforts of home. Oh, also this I wanted to share. I got this from Dollar Tree. It was only $3, and you probably can't see it with the sun. It has a remote control. So it takes 3 AAA batteries. And here I have hooks on the ends, just to hang stuff up. This is where I keep all of my toiletries. I thought it would be easier just to have everything together. Oh, here I keep, a little pouch to keep, things that I want readily accessible.
Right.
So I have my cords and, my spray. Under here, I have tons of storage. That's the benefit for me of having a cot. I know so many people just put the mattress on the floor, but I really want the storage. So everybody always says, what do you use for the bathroom? This is my bathroom.
Oh, my.
Yes. And this is what I use. It works perfectly for me because I don't, it works perfectly for a woman, because if a woman goes to the bathroom, I'm not ashamed to, you just go like that. Everybody asks me, how do you do it? Right?
Yeah. I
put a bag in there and I line it with these underpads.
Oh, yeah. So you've got your camp, you got a table and a chair.
Yes. And, I have, I have 2 of these stoves. I have 2 stoves. I wanted to mention, I use this. This is a 5 gallon bag. It's plastic, and you're able to, when you're done, I can close it up, when it's, and put it in my luggage. This is my tea kettle, and oftentimes I make, loose tea. And people ask me, well, how do you travel with all of this glass? I put them in bubble wrap. So this is my kitchen.
So you just have two of these back to back.
Yes, back to back. And I can even access this from inside. I can just pull that up a little further and I can access it. It's not as easy. So, you know, I'd rather cook outside rather than inside. Especially I wouldn't cook inside because this isn't my vehicle either. So don't want to take any chances with a rental. And then I have this was, I brought with me. This is I guess a net, a mosquito net or whatever, insect net. And it works for my SUV, and so I've been finding that it works for the minivan as well. It's the same sizes. And so this is my shower setup, which is really some of the ladies at the camp, they were really impressed with it. So I'm not sure which is the best way. Maybe on this side, you can come over here. Yeah, because the goal is for me to just step out of my minivan into the shower.
Right.
And so I have here, I open it up, right? And then I'm able to step right in. I do not have it staked down because, you know, it's really hard to stake in the rock. So I have rocks in the pockets to hold it down.
Right.
So that's why it hasn't fallen away yet.
Right.
And I also, when I'm at the camp, I then take this and tie it around here.
Yes.
Just to make sure that the door stays flush so that I can get in and get out without a problem. So I have a solar, what do you call that? Shower bag, right? And I'm able to warm up my water.
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't get warm, like some days we've been having some cold days, I just pour some boiling hot water in. Because I change out vehicles, because I, you know, rent vehicles, I didn't want to stress myself with window coverings. So all this is a long tablecloth, and I just cut them into sections so that it's easy to travel with. It works for any size vehicle. And I just, you know, stick them inside of the, you know, the little, what do you call it, the grooves here.
Yes.
And I just cover the entire vehicle. I have, I think the name of this, people use Hot Logic.
Yes.
This is an offshoot brand, but it works just as well. And with this, you can warm up your food.
Right.
You know, you can put your food in here and warm it up. It comes with 2 different plugs, one for the DC and one for the AC. And this is also a game changer to just warm up your food, especially when you cook for 2 days worth of food. You might want to just warm something up. You know, you can warm it up in here. Also, I have the nets. This was for my SUV, so I was able to bring it, and it seems to work fine. It works, you know, the same for the minivan.
And it just goes over the door and you shut it in.
Yes, I can open it and show it. All it is, it has a hole here, and you just put it through the hole and then put it on both sides. So it's like a double-sided, see?
Yeah, and they're flexible enough that, like you said, you can share them amongst a lot of vehicles.
Yes. I use packing cubes for everything else, and they're basically empty because I've been here for so long. But I use one for my clothes, I have one for my pajamas, and then I use one for my washcloths and towels. Then I have another small one for my personables. It's nice to be home. This is my home away from home.
Well, Dione, you have just done an amazing job here, and I just so much admire your willingness to take a chance and leap.
Yes.
It's a leap of faith to just fly out here and get set up in a whole new little home, in a whole new place. That is very brave. I really admire that.
There always has to be someone who stands out and does it. And I find that so many women want to camp, but they don't want to leave the luxuries of home.
Right.
And my mission is to show everyone that you can still camp and you can still have all the things that you have at home.
Well, folks, I know that Dione has some things to teach you that you have admired and you want to learn about. So go right now to her channel. Tell us your channel again.
Dion's Glamping Journey. And the reason I marketed the Journey because it's too wise.
So, Dione, thank you so much for joining us. Folks, if you got anything out of this video, and I know you did, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Dion's channel, and we'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.